Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here. Welcome to another NIKKE video. So today we're going to look at 3 tricks you can do to improve Modernia's damage. And actually, those are some major changes that after a lot of testing, I'm able to show you how she is really damn good, alright? So first off, of course, I think most people know this already, and I've talked about it as well previously, is if you use your cube for Modernia, you want to use the Assault Cube, because the Assault Cube provides a hit rate bonus, and Modernia's skill, okay, the Burst 2 skill, it every time she lands 200 attacks under the cube, the hit rate buff, which is provided by the cube, she gains pretty much a 30% attack boost for 10 seconds. And since she's going to always have this hit rate boost, this will be stacking and will be on pretty much 100%. Which means Modernia has a permanent 30% attack buff at max level 2, which is absolutely insane. That is a lot of attack buff. So that's trick number 1, and I think most people know this. Now, going into the second trick, a lot of people actually might not be able to achieve this. So if you didn't know, the frame rates of this game actually matters, all right? The machine gun users especially is affected by the frame rate. So how did I find this out? Well, I was doing some testing for the special interception, right? And I was trying to see if Modernia can replace Lapchon or can replace Scarlet. So I was doing this on the emulator, and previously for Modernia I was clearing, I think, just slightly off of max full clear. However, I was using it on my phone and I cleared it with really like 30 or 40 seconds left with relative ease, right? So I was like, no way. How come it got so much easier? Oh my god, this sweep. I even saved this sweep for the camera, and this is what this felt like a tier 4 clear. But anyhow, it's another point. So how come it's so much better? So I recorded this in the sim room, all right? And this is trick number 2. Why Modernia is absolutely strong. So let's take a look at Modernia, all right? So this is the footage on my iPhone Pro 14 Pro, and the damage from Modernia is actually insane. So compare this with your emulator replay. Look how crisp this looks, and look at the amount of damage that's popping out. The numbers, I've done a comparison, is a lot more on a 60 FPS phone that can run this at true 60 FPS versus emulators or versus other phones that can't do it. Look how crazy this looks. The numbers are insane, okay? And I want to point out a few things that people don't know. You guys see the attack point, right? In the attack point, it has the number 2. So people were concerned that Modernia cannot multi-target against bosses. However, that is not true, all right? So this is point 2 and point 3 combined together. So for point 2, talking about the frame rates, what you want to do is when you go to the Modernia, when you go to the setting, you want to make sure your graphics is set on high, and you can have low or medium for everything else. It doesn't matter. As long as your frame rate is 60 and your phone can truly run 60, and it's really best, in my opinion, on the iPhone Pro, the new ones, because I can actually heat up my phone by running 60 but it does run 60 at least. So you can see how much more damage she's able to output. And Modernia will do multi-targeting on bosses, and I'll slow it down so you can see. So we'll see okay, so here we're gonna slow it down, right? People don't know that bosses actually have multiple targets. So you see here Modernia has 2 circles, right? And this happens when I was using Modernia against the Modernia boss here as well. She can multi-target 100% on bosses. So you can see there are 2 circles here already. So here's one circle and here's the other circle. So she is doing, you can see 2 lines of damage, one on the core hit, one on the additional damage, and I think she also does extra damage. So there's more damage in terms of numbers as well, but she absolutely can do multiple hits. I think at one point I even had 3 hits per boss. So let's see if I can show you guys in this clip. All right, maybe not, because I had auto aim on, so it was snapping to the joints. But if you move the scope slightly, you will be able to land multiple hits on a boss. And especially if the boss is further away, okay, you'll be able to do a lot more as well. So let's see, we move into this boss. Again, attack point 2. So I'm hitting the boss at 2 different locations. All right, I'm hitting the boss at 2 different locations. And again, this is sped up, right? So full speed, Modernia 60 FPS, it's really, really crazy, the damage coming out. I don't know why they made it so that your damage is, you know, affected by your frames per second, but my Modernia on the iPhone with true 60 FPS, this is 1x speed, okay? It's so different than my Modernia damage on like devices that's running 30 FPS. It's absolutely crazy. Of course, I have Scarlet here who didn't use her burst, but insane. Absolutely insane. All right, so this is the thing I wanted to show you guys. I'm a full-on Modernia simp. You can see that I Core 7 her of the Prism frame. It cost me a lot of money. And was it a wise decision? I don't know. Was it my decision? Absolutely yes. Yes, absolutely yes. But anyhow, Modernia, those 3 tricks hopefully will help you with your damage output. You have the cube to grant the permanent attack buff. You have the frames per second setting at 60 frames per second in the settings, and also you should move the targeting reticule, the circle, when you're fighting bosses slightly off center so you can hit multiple boss parts at the same time. All right, let me know if those tips helps you. She's been absolutely fantastic for me. I love her. I love her more than my Scarlet, and I love her more than Lapchon. She is #1 in my heart. And yeah, TimaeuSS here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye now.